Hello, I'm Joe Bains. I am a biohacker health coach, and one of the common questions I get asked is, what's the ideal diet? There's no simple answer to that. So what I'll do is I'll take you through the steps of getting to your ideal diet. The first one is unanimously, you just remove all processed foods from your diet. Remove junk food from your diet. Remove vegetable oils. Don't cook with them. Remove sugar, bread from your diet, or grains. Remove those things, right? So what are we left with? We're left with good quality, because our soil is being depleted. We now have to focus on the quality of the food as well. Good quality, natural, whole foods. So those would be like vegetables, especially cruciferous vegetables, eggs, meat, fish. Again, with fish, you want to stay away from big fish like tuna, because we've got mercury poisoning now in our oceans. And then what are you left with? Then there's normal vegetables. Then there's fruit. Again, you want to limit the fruit intake, because we've made our fruits too sweet in the Western world, and everywhere else in the world now. And some small amounts of nuts, like Brazil nuts and things like that. And so that's what you're left with. Then what you do, then from that list of high quality natural foods, and in the high quality natural foods, I would also include grass-fed butter, if you can include that in there. Especially like the French butter, that's really good. So what are you left with? You're left with, and then remove, and from that list, remove foods you are allergic to, and that creates a baseline. For your diet, and from there you can now specialize if you want to. So that's a good foundation to have, and from there you can specialize. So for example, if you're a bodybuilder, your diet is going to be different to somebody working in an office. If you're living on the North Pole, your diet is going to be different from somebody living in the Sahara Desert, and your diet is going to change depending on your age, your lifestyle, where in the world you're living, and what you're allergic to, obviously. And that what you're allergic to can also change over time. So that's what would be the ideal diet. And I would recommend doing some sort of intermittent fasting as often as possible. Either like only eat within an 8-hour window, or a 6-hour window, or a 4-hour window, or even go to OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. But again, it depends on your lifestyle. So if you're a bodybuilder, maybe 1 meal a day isn't going to work for you. Maybe a 2-hour window isn't going to work for you. So if you're an athlete, you're going to have a different diet. So your diet should change depending on your health, depending on where you are in the world, and move along. And then on top of that, then you can now specialize in what kind of diet to follow, whether it's vegetarian, pescatarian, low carb, keto, carnivore, whatever it is. You can now specialize depending on your nutritional requirements. So that, I would say, is the ideal diet. It varies with you. All right, enjoy.